How's everybody doing? It's yours truly, Mr.Taliaferro. Man, it is early, but we are at it. First and foremost, if you have not done so, if you're into sports content, let me tell y'all something. I am on Facebook and my platform is going up. If you got the time right now, could you please head over to your Facebook page, whatever you got. If you got your phone in your hand right now, please, it takes 5 seconds. Pull up your Facebook and like my page on Facebook. Just type in, it's Mr. Taliaferro, it'll come up. Please, if you have the time, that really means the world to me. It helps my platform grow. And again, there's much more NBA content. You can actually check the real interviews out for this conversation from James Harden and Draymond Green, because they got into a bit of a disagreement during their post-game pressers about this issue that happened during Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals. Golden State Warriors hosting the Houston Rockets. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to play some of these questionable fouls, whatever you want to call them, and then we'll come back. So you right now on your screen is a few of these questionable non-calls in Game 1. Again, these are 3 plays of James Harden, and what it looks like, you got defenders, specifically Klay Thompson, coming under his legs, and fouls were not called. And James Harden is quoted as saying, "All I want is a fair chance." He said that after the game, and Draymond Green was asked about what James Harden said right after, and he said, "No, I've gotten fouled by James Harden on 3-pointers," pretty much dismissing Harden's claims that he's not receiving the fair end of the whistle. We saw Chris Paul get ejected for this towards the end of the game. The game's pretty much over. He felt like he was fouled on a couple 3-pointers, and I remember back in the last couple games of the series last year, especially Game 7, there was a lot of confusion and a lot of conversation going around on social media and everything. Was James Harden fouled on a lot of possessions by this Warriors team? And that has a lot of people talking out there. Is the Warriors getting the benefit of the call? Is James Harden getting fouled on these 3-pointers? So I want to play both sides of this argument, and please, you be the third side of this argument. Please give your comments in the comment box below. Tell me where you side on this. Are the Golden State Warriors the recipients of some very bad calls, or just like this? Let me just say it straight and stop sugarcoating. Are the Houston Rockets getting cheated by the Golden State Warriors and the refs? I'm just gonna throw it out there. Just tell me what you think. Here, I'm gonna play both sides of this. First off, in my opinion, these are fouls. That's just my opinion. I think most of these are fouls. You have to give the offensive player room to land. They're not giving offensive players room to land. Now, does James Harden make it more difficult because he does kick that leg out from time to time? Yes, he does. I'll give you that. He does make it difficult because, like I say, once every 4 or 5 of these shots, Harden will kick that leg out. Now, he wasn't doing it a lot in Game 1, but he will kick that leg out and try to force some contact. A lot of shooters around the league are doing that. Damian Lillard does that. Like, a lot of shooters do that. So, just to be fair, it is tough on the refs when it's game speed. They're not looking at the replay. They're calling this thing in live action when you do got the reputation of kicking your legs out. But to me, the defenders were not giving James Harden enough room to land in Game 1. All right? Now, let me play the other side of this. Here's my thing. I said this in the video the other day, or yesterday actually. These are 6 of the best shooters we got in the league. For Golden State, Steph, Klay, and KD, obviously. And on the other side, in my opinion, Harden, Paul, and Gordon, right? All 6 of these guys can light it up. And if you give them any inch of space, it could go in the bottom of the net. Period. Just the facts. Now, my question for you is, you clearly see guys trying to close space because they know how deadly each one of these guys are on the perimeter. And do you want this thing to become a foul game? Because that's what will happen, right? There are a couple plays where the Rockets got under the Warriors as well. Do you want this to be a free throw contest, and do you want to see some of the best players foul out because they can't stay on the court? I'm just asking you a question. I'm playing both sides. I'd rather not personally see a lot of fouls called. But at the same time, and James Harden kind of spoke on this in the post-game presser, and I think he made a valid point. You know, in 2017, Kevin Durant's first year in Golden State, just to take you back real quick, Kawhi Leonard and the San Antonio Spurs were dominating the Golden State Warriors in Game 1 of that series. And this is in Golden State. They were down. That game was pretty much over. And we all remember Zaza Pachulia went right under Kawhi Leonard Kawhi missed pretty much an entire season the following year. Hell, Kawhi will tell you to this day, he feels like he's just now getting back to 100% after that injury. Again, I'm just saying that's why they put this rule in play, was to stop the defenders from injuring players. It's dangerous when you don't allow guys to hit the ground. We just lucky James Harden or Chris Paul, anybody didn't get injured in game one, because you're not allowing them to plant their feet. That's clearly an ankle roll. And we all remember what happened in the postseason last year to the Houston Rockets. They were up 3-2 and they lost Chris Paul. Now, that was his own injury. I'm just saying how quickly an injury can change the complex of a series. Y'all talk to me in the comment box below. What do y'all think about this non-call in game one, at least? Do you guys think the refs are on the side of the Warriors? And please, again, man, please, if you have the time, if you enjoy this video, don't just sit here, watch my great content, and don't give me a like on Facebook and a subscribe to my YouTube. I'm asking you, support. It's free a lot of times. I'm not, people got Patreon accounts and all that. I ain't doing that. My support is free. All I need is you to support my platform, and you get this great content first. Thank y'all so much for the time. Let's put it. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now,
Mr.Taliaferro.
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 Mr.
Shout out to Mr.Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.